and welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Hassingham. Today we're going into week 32 of our weekly numbers as of today, March 1st, 2025, which is Saturday. And we're just going to go right into it, as always. So we have our portfolio's net worth at $423.16. And again, that's as of today, March 1st. We have our portfolio weekly data for week 32. This is from February 24th to March 1st. We have no net cash flow, so no incoming cash. We see a large drop on our portfolio here. It was a volatile market just in this 1 week alone. It was a volatile week. So we have a money-weighted rate of return of negative 1.57%. So we're down 1.57% for the week. Not a good week. We have a market loss of $6.46, but we have a tiny glimmer of hope because we have a 13-cent dividend. Woohoo, right? So long story short, this is a big sell-off week. Pardon me. So it's just mostly just selling off. It's pretty bad. Not a good week. Then you look over this month too. It's not as good. Not as good. So this is the portfolio monthly data for week 32. This is from February 3rd, 2025 to March 1st, 2025. We have a net cash flow of $60. You can't see the cash deposit here. This chart's a little moved forward, but you see this deposit right here. So this is the $30. The other $30 is a little bit further back. You can't see it, but it's counting it because it was timestamped that way. So we have a money rate of return of 0.20% for the month. So pretty bad. So look at this downtrend. Just a lot of selling off, a lot of market selling off. A lot of newsy stuff going on, political stuff, market stuff, just things happening that are just causing kind of uncertainty, we'll say, and volatility. So we have a market loss of $33.10. That's a big wipe right there. Big wipe. We have a dividend earned of 25 cents. Yay. Right, got a little 25-cent bump. Whoop-de-doo. So definitely not a good month, though, for real. Like a good little stuff. It was kind of coming up, and then pretty much just once February 21st hit, it was just down. And we have our quarterly data. You can even see it on the quarterly data. You see right up here. This is kind of flat up, pretty good, and then just down right here. So this is for week 32 quarterly data. So this is December 2nd, 2024 to March 1st, 2025. We have a net cash flow of $123.38. So it's 4 cash deposits of $30. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives you 120 plus 338, which is for extra cash and dividends. We have a money weighted return of 1.86%, so very small for over 3 months. We have a market gain of $6.26. And we have a dividend earned of 37 cents. So a lot of this drop off, like I said, is coming from this big sell off we've been having this past couple weeks. Not good though, not good. So that's our quarterly data for week 32. And we have our all time data for week 32. This is from the very beginning, July 21st, 2024, till today, March 1st, 2025. We have a net cash flow of $400. So it's going to be 10 $30 deposits plus our initial $100 deposit. So if you count every uptick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Every time you see a stair step like that or an uptick, that's a $30 deposit. There's 10 of them. 10 times 30 is 300 plus our initial deposit of $100 to open the account gives us $400. The extra $4.47 is from cash and dividends. Over that entire time period, we are up 8.38%. So even though we're having a very shitty little couple weeks, we're still up 8.83% for our whole time. So we were double digits. Now we lost our double digit status. So we got to see if we can get that back. We have a market gain of $18.69. We have a dividend earned of $1.53. Ooh, throat. That is later in the day. So that's our all-time data for week 32. Now our weekly percentages, so you really see where some of the damage is being done. So on your right side, of course, we have our target data, or our target weights. As at the top, we have gold at 30% with our GLD ETF. We have US dollar at 20% with our UUP ETF. We have commodities at 20% with our USCI ETF. We have stocks at 15% with our RSP ETF. We have bonds at 10% with our GOVI ETF. Remember, we swapped that one out. So this is a new one. It's no longer GOVT. And then we have Bitcoin at 5% with our IBIT ETF. Bitcoin's taking a pounding. So, start with our GLD. Down 2.76% for a market loss of $3.59. So gold is having a turnaround right now. Still in our uptrend, and we'll show that on the charts, but it's having a turnaround right now. US dollar up 1.05% for market gain of 0.9 or for 91 cents. Funny because I was talking about lowering this, and now like this is like doing my best performance right now. The US dollar pretty much. Commodities down 3.28%, big drop. So that's $2.77 lost. Stocks up 2.20% for market gain of 13 cents. So nothing there. Bonds up 2.13% for market gain of 93 cents. And I brought that down to 10%. So of course now I need bonds to actually be higher because it's actually doing better. But we'll see how long this volatility lasts. Then Bitcoin down 11.18% from market loss of $2.38. So like I said, Bitcoin's having a hell of a time. Came down hard off its all-time highs. So that's weekly percentages for week 32. We have monthly percentages for week 32. So we have gold up 2.99% for a market gain of $3.58. We have US dollar up 0.23% for a market gain of 19 cents. We have commodities down 0.28% for a market loss of 22 cents. We have stocks down 0.75% for a market loss of 46 cents. And as you see on the bonds, remember that we recently changed out GOVT for GOVI, so we're not going to have as much data going into the months, quarterly, and all-time data. It's going to be very minimal on this, but I'll show you on the charts bonds performance overall. But as of right now, it's only going to give me up to this point. So we see up 3% for a market gain of $1.30. Then we have IBIT down 17.68% for a market loss of $3.67. Like I said, Bitcoin is not doing good right now. Then we have our quarterly data for week 32. Gold up over the quarter, still good. Gold up 8.27% for a market gain of $8.52. I remember the last couple of weeks this was like double digits, not anymore. US dollar down 1.62% for a market loss of $1.16. Commodities up 4.37% for a market gain of $2.55. Stocks down 2.84% for a market loss of $1.55. Again, bonds the exact same because, like I said, we swapped out ETF, so I do not have as much data on this new ETF, so it's going to be the exact same. Bitcoin down 16.09% for a market loss of $2.81. That's over the quarter. Over the quarter, we're negative on Bitcoin. Bitcoin not doing good. And I'm going to show you how I've been saying that week after week when we get to the charts. So all-time data, gold up 17.32%. It's for a market gain of $12.18. US dollar up 0.41% for a market gain of 19 cents. Commodities up $10.35%, for a gain of $3.85. Stocks up 2.20% for a market gain of 75 cents. Again, bonds the exact same because new ETF. And Bitcoin up 33.21% for a market gain of $3.30. So now, go to our position changes. We have no new changes. So this is every time I've made a change where I increased or decreased a position in the portfolio. I'm struggling right now. So the most recent change was back in January on the 27th, where I decreased my bond position, GOVT, and I increased my commodities position, USCI. So this is just anytime I make a portfolio change, 5% is like my minimum change, so you see 5% a lot. So that's that, no new transactions. Then we get to Illuvium staking. So currently we have 7.14 ILV. You see this added balance right here of 2.30. So I have this in there, but I'm having issues with staking right now. So I'm unable to stake this, but I have it bought, but I'm unable to stake it. So I'll have to research what's going on to figure that out later. Current market value 17.22 cents for IOV, so it's down right now, below $20. So I was able to get 2 tokens on a $40 purchase. That's great for me though. We have our Alluvia investing going back to July 2024. We have August 2024, September 2024, October 2024, November 2024, December 2024. Then on the next page we have January 2025. There would have been February 2025 right here, but like I said, I'm having an issue with staking right now, so I'll have to figure that out and add that. But that's week 32 of our vesting. No new revenue distribution. We have our 3 claims that equal 0.41 cents so far. That is the Alluvium transactions, and those are our weekly numbers. So now we go into our charts. So as always, start with gold, GLD. You see this turnaround. This is what I was talking about. So you see this coming down right here. This droopiness right here. This limpness in this fucking portfolio. It was hard right here, then it got limp right here. See what I'm talking about? So remember, there's a big sell-off post, let's see, election inauguration. Let's see, October. This is post-election, right? Kind of went sideways, up, down, chop, and then had a big run up back. And it started to droop again, right? We're starting to droop again. So gold still going back. If you really go back to November 2022, there's the low. There's a bit of higher low here, and then up. But the trend looks more clean going from October of 2023 till today. So this is a really good uptrend. Even though gold's sucking right now, it's very bad right now. But we're still in this trend. All right, we're still in this long trend. I think gold is shy about hitting $3,000 an ounce. That's what I think. Just a little shy. We're so close to it. I think right now we're below 2,900 now with this sell-off. Let's see, gold. Yeah, 28.56. So gold's same thing, right at the top end of its range, having a little bit of a sell-off. So that's fine. Gold's still our biggest position, great position. Commodities, this is what I was waiting for. So originally, when it kept breaking out of this trend, it kept popped up right here, then it popped up again, and then it's finally selling off. I thought it was going to sell off first and come back into this trend, but it's still been going. Look at it on a 5-year though. This is going back to the beginning of the pandemic, up and to the right. Right? Up and to the right. So a big trend. And then this trend here that I have highlighted with green, going back to July 2022. Been up. And then I said it broke out of the trend, which surprised me. And then it just kept going up. And then it finally started selling off. So we're going to see if it comes back down into this trend. It might tap this line for all we know and go back up again. But still overall in a bullish trend. Still a lot of gain to be had in commodities. Gold and commodities, like I said, even though they're selling off right now, I don't think inflation's going away, at least not yet. US dollar. Look at this little turnaround right here. Look at this turnaround. Last week, let's see, let me move this chart. Last week, it looked like that. See right there. So it was coming down like that. And I was like, man, it's time to reduce my dollar position, right? And I increased my commodities. Well, sure enough, dollar went up. And the commodities went down. Look at that. See, sometimes patience is worth it. There's people that trade daily and good for them. But, you know, I take a more slow and steady approach. Here's a better look. This is the actual DXY chart. So you see this like boom right there. This little, make almost like it's going to make a U pattern right here. Right? I don't know if this is sustainable. I think this is, going into that Friday, like there's just a big turnaround. But as of right now, I think I'm just going to leave dollar at 20% now because, like I said, everything else is selling off. It might be a good time to sell dollars to buy commodities just to see if it reverses. That way I could profit, but I'd rather just let it play out and see what happens. But US dollar right now is my saving grace at 20%, so it's trying to come back up. I hope if I keep it at 20, if it stays at 20 for me, it does go up a little more, but we'll see. And then stocks, oh my god, stocks. So stocks sold off a little bit. See this little sell-off right here? Let's see what the S&P did. Where's it at? Right here. Yeah, so whew, look at that. That's much worse, actually. The S&P 500 is actually worse. That sell-off is much worse. But it's still within its bullish trend, you know? So it's still up and to the right, staying this trend, but this is a big sell-off right here. But if we look at our equal weight one, you know, it's just a little bit of sell-off, but also was coming from a lower part of the range. But like I said, everything's kind of selling off right now. The only thing that really went up was dollars and bonds, right? But stocks still keeping it at 15%. You know, still in this long-term trend going back to September of 2022. There's this big sell-off here, but it reclaimed this trend. It came back up hard. Look at this, from November of 2023 all the way to the top of December 2023. It came back and then into the trend. It kept going. So still holding at 15%. If this breaks down again like this, you know, it might be interesting to see what happens. Bonds, look at this turnaround. Oh my gosh, gotta put some trend lines on this thing. There we go, just do that for right now. So we got a lower low, right? Then it got a higher low, but then it got to a lower low here, but now this is gonna be the higher low from here. So we'll see where it goes. But look at this turn right here. Zoom in on that. Look at this turn right here. 3 month. There you go, look at that. Boom, hit that line, bounced, higher low, and then it's up. So remember, this is the GOVI now, not the GOVT, right? But on a 5-year trend, you still see bonds going down. Remember, bonds, commodities inverse, right? Bonds and commodities inverse of each other. So if commodities start breaking down hard, you know, you might think bonds are going to start like going upwards. You know, we're going to see what happens. As of right now, I have it at 10%. I wish for the short period of time I had it at a higher percent because it's going up, but I was like, it's doing bad for so long. You know, I just hate bonds. I hate bonds. I keep saying that every week. I hate bonds. But yeah, we're keeping it at 10% for right now. We're going to see if this volatility just disappears or if it's sustainable. Let's see what the VIX is at. So VIX is at 19 right now. So this is the volatility of the S&P 500. So it's right about that 20. It's right about that 20. If it gets above 20, you see kind of this like large spikes like this. This is back on August 24th. Or August, sorry, 2024. I see this big spike. Hopefully we don't get something like that. But if we do, you know, stocks are going to crash hard. Right? Crypto and everything else is going to crash hard. Speaking of crypto, Bitcoin. Oh my God, look at this sell-off. Look at this sell-off. Look how fucking limp that looks. So I saw someone post online that this looks like the fucking McDonald's logo, which is always like the crypto joke about you working at McDonald's. That shit was hilarious. But it's doing bad right now. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing at right now. Look at that. And I keep showing this chart, right? Been showing this chart for like a few weeks now. This isn't my like quote unquote crypto prediction. I just put the line up here and I'm just like pointing out when we had all-time highs and we had like sell-offs and breakdowns. And you know, it's interesting that how well this syncs up over like 8 years, right? It's crazy. But look at this now. See this line? Like, look how much it dropped down. You go all the way down to 80,000. It popped back up to 85, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to reclaim this. Especially if you look at stocks, like I said, stocks are down. You know, gold's down. Everything's selling off. You know, only dollar and bonds are up. When dollar and bonds are up, Bitcoin's not going up. You know, stocks aren't going up. You know, gold and commodities not going up, right? Like everything's selling off. So this isn't my like quote unquote prediction, but like I just been pointing this out every fucking week. I'm like, this looks like something's gonna break. Sure enough, look at that. Just drooped down. Look at that. It might come down to, if it comes down to the previous size, it might be like 70,000. It might drop another 10K if it gets down to the 80. And then it would be like, have some support kind of around this level, because this is where there's been a lot of ups and downs. Man, there's gonna be a lot of people getting wrecked online. It's gonna be fucking funny. But man, yeah, Bitcoin just dying right now. Bitcoin is dying right now. We need it to come back, right? We need it to come back. This is why I keep it at 5%. This volatility is crazy. It's way too much volatility. It's not my prediction, but like I've just been saying, like it just looks like it's gonna come down. So it looks like that's how it happened. Right? Sometimes when you draw lines on charts, you know, things sync up. You know, like look at this trend channel here. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down for several months. Right? You can draw lines on charts and you can kind of see things. Helps, like I like to say, it helps guide my eyes. Right? When I'm looking for like a trend, I'm looking for something to make sense. I'll see up, down, up, down, up, down. This is like pretty parabolic, so it's kind of hard to draw a trend on this. But I can draw horizontal lines on this one. And then I can just say, See if we do like one there, like one there. Oop, maybe not. Can I do more than one? Oh, I gotta click it again. There you go. So I kind of had like an up and down, up and down. So this is from November of 2024 to February 2025. You know, it kind of had a sideways action and then it broke it. All right, so you can see pop, touch the line, comes down, touch the line, up, then comes down, touch the line, goes up, touch the line, it goes down, and just smashes through the line. Right? I don't really like these lines, but just as an example, you know, like drawing lines, you know, you can see stuff a little easier. Doesn't mean it's going to be correct, doesn't mean it's going to be accurate, but like you can like understand kind of what's going on. And to me, I'm like, this looks like this is what's going on. Comes up to this line, hits it, breaks down. Goes up to this line, hits it, breaks down. Goes up to the line, hits it, breaks down. Goes up to the line, hits it, and it's breaking down. Right? So I don't know if it's going to break past this line, because how far out can we stretch this line? All right, like where would Bitcoin have to go if I keep stretching out this line? You know, like you want it to go up to, say, 110,000 or whatever. Well, that might be in April 2026. You know, like it might be coming down since then. Or if you want it to be to get back to 100,000, say all the way down, say right about here. Let's say break 110. You want to break 110? Here's the line. So that might be in September. It might come back down and then come back up in September. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying like the way these lines sync up, you know, it's like much better to use technical analysis. I like technical analysis. I don't think there's a whole lot of fundamental analysis with Bitcoin, because it's not like a stock, like a company that produces a product or has earnings reports or EBITDA or a dividend or anything. You know, it's Bitcoin. It's like a digital commodity. But as of right now, this line is absolutely holding up. And like I said, if all 6 of you who subscribe or whatever, if you've been watching every week, you've been seeing it tap the line, tap the line, tap the line, tap the line, and then it broke down. So that's kind of where Bitcoin's at right now. That's where the state of the portfolio is at. As always, what my last chart? There we go. As always, we'll just keep doing these video updates. Very bad week in the markets though. Overall, everything's down except for dollar and bonds. So that's like a fear in the market. And the VIX is, you know, at 20-ish, so it might be like popping higher. We'll see. I got a feeling like usual going into Monday, Tuesday, you know, things might be kind of normal. We'll see. But there's a lot of times where going into the weekend, there's like volatility and things start selling off. So it's kind of been like the norm. But at the very least, like Bitcoin and crypto is taking it pretty hard. So we'll see how it goes from there. As always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know. Have a good day.